Hey there, YouTube. Today we're going to be doing a review on magazines and different magazines, and kind of my reason why is, at least on some of the Facebook forums, what I've been seeing a lot of lately is this a good mag? Is that a good mag? And I'm just going to do a review just because for those who are YouTubing it and see all the big YouTubers do it, and I understand, and they're still going to look and they want to get a perspective from an everyday guy who's not as high speed, I'm going to give my opinion for. So we're going to talk about magazines, and I have various different ones. To start, I got some Pmags. I got a lot of Pmags, and that's why. There's a reason I have a lot of Pmags. Pmags, polymer, they're Polymer Construction. They held up really well. Feed ramps are perfect. The springs are great. This thing just really wants to feel like it wants to feed. Kind of how they make them, with the thickness and the length. You can find these to fit any pouch just fine, no problems, no snagging. It's good to go. Pmags, there's a reason everyone always recommends them to new people or people that ask that question. Another one, the other one is going to be GI mags. Yes, this is a pink one with a unicorn. Yes, this one has corn dog written on it. So GI mags, you're going to find aluminum construction. They're going to hold up great. Get ones from good reputable companies. I don't remember which companies I ordered these from. I got this one on Gun Mag Warehouse because it was a pink mag, literally just a novelty. I have ran this through class as a joke, and you know, everyone always thinks it's hilarious because it's got a pink mag with a unicorn sticker. I've ran this one through a class too. It works. With aluminum mags, they're gonna rattle a little bit. They make noise when you're, jumping to prone, as an example, and you hit. It's gonna make this noise. If this ring bothers you, then go with a Pmag. You're gonna find that when loaded, these things make less noise when you're diving to prone. Okay, so find these for a good reputable company. Sometimes you can find these usually cheaper than Pmags by a few dollars. If you're looking, the quality's there from a good company, or even if it's not a good company, these will still hold up for a decent amount of time. Pmags, tried and true. Everyone recommends them. So now let's talk about some of the off-brand. And to start it, I understand why people would go with the off-brand. Maybe you just paid a lot of money for your AR, you're looking for some mags, you're ordering, or maybe you're ordering some parts, and you're like, well, I want to spend more on my rifle than magazines, so I'm going to look at this cheap option and go with it, which is what I did with most of the mags, these other three kinds of mags that I'm going to be bringing up. So to start, let's talk about a Men 2. Men 2 magazine, comparison to a Pmag. It's a little bit longer, or let me line it up. It's going to be a little bit longer, not by much for you to notice, than a Pmag. You're going to find that it's a little bit thicker of construction due to these little notches where you can grip them. I'll admit it, you can definitely get a grip on them, but I also found these to snag on some of the cheaper pouches. So if you don't have a lot of money and you have some really basic pouches for your AR mags on your setup, these things are going to snag a little bit in some of the cheaper pouches. You're also going to find, let's see, the wear on it is what bothers me and concerns me. I've not had an issue with these yet. I know people who are looking at a Men 2 for their Glock mags just to try them. I know some people have had issues with them. Check out Regular Guy Firearms when he did his kind of first impression of a Men 2 through his Glock. I have their AR mag. I found this to work. I've only used this a few times, not much. I think I've put, I want to say, 6 mags through it. I've only used this 6 times in full. I found it pretty easy. You can still fill it full, no problem. The springs seem to be good and works. It's just the magazine itself is starting to show some wear. For someone that has only used this 6 times and not run it through a class, it's got me a little concerned, especially because of the wear. So let me see if I can't get it focused. So it's starting to get rough right around the top here. Get the light. Or you know what? Let's do it better. All right, let's try not to blind. All right, that was a stupid idea. Okay, so as you see and look at the feed ramp, you can see where it's got a little bit of wear. Like right here, right in this area. You see right in this area, you can see where it's starting to wear a little bit. It's starting to get rough, just to let you know. It's a little bit of a concern considering I've only ever used this 6 times, and mostly through mag dumping sessions. So it's also wearing on the back. So if you look at the back, you can see where it's starting to wear. And why that's a concern of mine is because I've also used a few different other options. I've used Pmags as an example, and you don't get that same wear just 6 times pointing at the range. I probably, like I said, I've only used this 6 times, filled it full every time it's functioned, but it's starting to show wear, and that's a concern, so I will not be running this through a class because construction itself is kind of cheap. So there we go. That's the Amend 2. I would say if you are looking at this as an option, you find these for good deal, on sale, whatever, and you're just going to use this as a range toy or until you can decide to order your Pmags or GI mags. It'll work at the range. At least this one I have does. I still do not recommend them. Next one we're going to talk about is going to be Mission First Tactical. I am actually going to be taking this through my next AR class that I'm going to be taking. I have put many rounds through this. I have put 10 mags through it, and I found Mission First Tactical magazines to be good. It's holding up, no issues, easy. You can fit the full 30 in if you wanted to. You can also fit 29 fine, functions fine. And these ones, comparison to a Pmag, are roughly the same. The only difference is it doesn't have a little slot where you can put the magazine cover on like you can on the Pmag. Also a little difference is it's more smooth. It's got a little texturing. I don't find the texturing to help whatsoever, but you know, it's a cool different design. The front slot, the front part, you know, has a place where you can easily grip it, pull it up and slam it in. These work pretty well. They're not wearing. I've only used this in a mag dump, haven't tested it through a class, and I found them to be less than these mags here. These things I have found I picked up at a local store for about $9.99. Okay, pick these up $9.99. You can find these cheaper if you order online. Again, prices are going to vary, but generally these are going to be cheaper than Pmags. So there you go. Mission First Tactical. I'm going to be running this through a class, and I'm going to do just a quick update and a random video. Actually, I'm going to do an update once I put this, once I finish that 2,000 rounds on the Ghost Upper. I'm going to be giving a shout out to what I think about this because I'm going to be running this through a quick class, just to see how it does. So anyway, Mission First Tactical. There we go. Magazine I definitely don't recommend is going to be Hex Mags. I have 2 of them. All of them have had issues. The bullet likes to nosedive. The wear on it, I think it feels like a solid construction, okay? I'm not really too worried about the wear. There's not much wear on it. But I've had an issue with feeding, and for some reason stuff likes to nosedive in this magazine. And in the other one I bought. I did not buy these from the same time. I bought this from Gun Mag Warehouse. I bought the other one from Primary Arms when I was building my lower. And I have tried to run them. I literally tried to run them once, and they're no-goes. Nosedive, can't fill this to capacity without using stripper clips in the back. Took it apart. The spring seems fine. The spring itself seems fine, but for some reason you'll find it very stiff to kind of load these. Stiff. But my big issue is the bullet itself likes to nosedive a little bit, and that may cause issues. I have 2 of them, ordered it from separate places. This is the Hex Mag Gen 2. The other one is just the first generation of Hex Mags. So I'm going to let you take that as you will. I do not recommend these. If you find these on sales, honestly, I'd take this over it. I definitely would take this. These are showing promise, these Mission First Tactical mags, as a viable, cheaper option for you. I haven't ran it through a class to see that. I haven't done a drop test on it. I haven't done anything but other than shoot at the range and looking at the no wear on it, considering I've used this 10 times, and is kind of impressive. Again, I tend to gravitate more toward the GI mags and the Pmags. I definitely use these a lot more than all the other mags on the table. Here's a 40 rounder. I have found them to seat very well when it comes to Pmags. I know that there's the 29, on a closed bolt. I never had personally I haven't had issues with the 40 at all on that, and that's going to be a topic on the tactical world for another day. I'm going to leave it to the trainers for that argument. These Mission First Tactical, if you're looking on a budget and you're looking, oh well, I want to try something, this would be my go-to for just a range toy. That if you just desperately need another mag and you're ordering parts and you don't have a lot of money and you're going to be plinking around, this will be fine. I'm sure it will hold up in a class for a little bit, but that wear, again, on the back and on the feed ramp and how rough it's starting to get all around, I'm going to be honest, I don't know if it's going to hold up, but we'll see. You can't go wrong with GI mags. Again, if you find these, whatever one you find on sale, but... So there's that. And then here's a 10 round Pmag. Why did I get a 10 round? I use this and the 40 to kind of round up because I want to keep it consistent. So when I can say I did 500 rounds, it was legitimately 500 rounds. Also in this video, I'm going to let you know how I exactly do the math and add it up. So I have a piece of paper and I add up how much capacity for each mag that I'm using. And then I just do dashes, and I do it by 30 or by 40. And then I just add them together, and I've already calculated how many rounds I'm going to shoot that day through these. And I know it's a little bit of a pain if you're just a range person, but that's, in case you were wondering, how I get my round count when I test my uppers. So anyway, this is the Tactical Parts Review. Stick with Pmags and GI mags. If you're looking for a more budget option, these Mission First Tactical mags seem okay. I'm going to run it through a class and let you know what I think. Men 2, I would say range toy. Avoid hex mags at all costs. So, again, just get out and shoot, okay? None of this stuff is going to matter if you don't shoot. I recommend that you get some training with it, but I understand that, if you can't afford a lot, at least go to the range, get some rounds down with your tools, train with it, and you'll be good to go. I also want to thank my subscribers, and if you like this video, like, subscribe. I'd like to thank my subscribers who stuck around after my little hiatus due to the fact I had the flu and then pneumonia, and I was really feeling it. So anyway, we're back at it, and we got more content like this coming. So like, subscribe. I also have the Ghost Upper. We're nearing that 2,000 rounds, so we'll see how it goes. Anyway, this is a Tactical Parts Review. Take it easy, everyone.